Hello and welcome to Algebra 1 Test Section 1 on multiplying and dividing rational expressions. All right, so we want to perform each indicated operation. We're going to take a look at 5n squared over n plus 7 times 4 over 5n cubed plus 25n squared. So the first thing I want to think about is, what can I cancel? Right? I want to cancel before I go through and multiply. So in order to do that, I want to kind of factor things in such a way to where I can see what would cancel. So in other words, for here, 5n squared, yeah, I could sit there and write 5n times n if I wanted to, but it doesn't do me a whole lot of good, so I just write 5n squared. You want to factor, but you don't necessarily have to factor completely. Just to a level that shows you what can be canceled. For the denominator here, it's n plus 7. Can't really do anything with that. Then times, we have 4 over. For 5n cubed plus 25n squared, I can pull out a 5n squared. So then what's left inside is going to be an n plus a 5. Now, the only thing I can cancel here is going to be this 5n squared here with this 5n squared here. So this will be a 1, and you could put a 1 here. And then I could just multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. And then over n plus 7 times n plus 5. So you could use FOIL for that. N times n is n squared. The outer would be 5n. The inner would be 7n. So that's plus 12n. And then the last, 7 times 5, is 35. So what I get here is 4 over n squared plus 12n plus 35. All right, let's take a look at another one. So we have x squared plus 3x plus 2 over 3x plus 3. And this is multiplied by x plus 8 over x plus 2. So if I factor in the numerator up here first, give me two integers whose sum is 3 and whose product is 2. That's pretty simple. The two integers that we want would be 2 and 1. Right? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So plus 1 and plus 2. Over. For this one here, I have 3x plus 3. Well, I could pull a 3 out, and I'd have x plus 1. Now, what can I cancel between numerator and denominator here? Before I even go over here, I can see that I can cancel this with this. Now, I'm multiplying by, I have x plus 8 over x plus 2. Now, nothing I can cancel between numerator and denominator here, but I can cancel this with this. And what I'm going to be left with is a numerator of x plus 8 over a denominator of 3. Right? Everything else has canceled. So again, final answer here, x plus 8 over 3. Hello and welcome to Algebra 1 Test Section 2 on multiplying and dividing rational expressions. All right, so we want to perform each indicated operation. So we're looking at 9r cubed minus 9r squared over 15 minus 15r. And this is divided by 2r plus 3 over 10r plus 15. All right, so for kind of the first one here, the first rational expression, we're going to leave that just as it is. Now I'm going to factor it just so that we can see what we can cancel in a minute. So I can pull out a 9r squared, and that would leave me with r minus 1. Then over here, I can pull out a 15. So if I pulled out a 15, I would be left with 1 minus r. Now, I can do some canceling here, but I'm not going to do that yet because this is one that needs to be explained. So then, remember, if you're dividing with fractions, the first one stays the same, and then you multiply by the reciprocal of the second. So it's the same with rational expressions. This 10r plus 15 would go in the numerator. I can factor out a 5. So this 5 would come here, and then I would have 2r plus 3. Now, this 2r plus 3 would come into the denominator down here. And now I can look and see what I can cancel. So the obvious ones, 2r plus 3 with 2r plus 3. And then the 9 with a 15, each is divisible by 3. So this would be 5, and this would be 3. Now, we could also cancel this 5 with this 5. And so this is completely canceled. This is now a 1. Now, one that is not so obvious is r minus 1 over 1 minus r. Those are opposites. It's just like if I had 5 over negative 5. If they cancel, you're going to get negative 1, right? And the way you can tell is if you have the same terms but different signs. In other words, you have r here, negative r. Negative 1, positive 1. So same terms, but different signs. I could rearrange this and write this as negative r plus 1 if I wanted to. Now, one cool trick that you can do, let's look at this like this. If I had r minus 1 over negative r plus 1, I could pull a negative 1 out of this. So in other words, if I factor out a negative 1, I would have a negative 1 out here, and then I'd have r minus 1 inside, and then you could just cancel. You cancel this with this, and you just see that you had a negative 1 left. So if I cancel this with this, I'm going to get a negative 1. It doesn't matter if you put it up here or down here. Remember, with fractions, you can put the negative in the numerator or the denominator. It doesn't matter as long as you don't put it in both. All right, so now we're going to continue. And so 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, times r squared would be negative 3r squared. And that's all you're going to have. This is completely canceled, and then this is canceled down here. So I just have a negative 3r squared. Hello and welcome to Algebra 1 Test Section 3 on multiplying and dividing rational expressions. All right, so we want to perform each indicated operation. So we're looking at 6x squared minus 4x minus 10 over 25 minus 9x squared divided by 2x plus 2 over 3x squared minus 10x minus 25. So I want you to recall that when you divide with rational expressions, it's the same thing as if you're dividing with fractions. So the first one, or the one on the left, stays unchanged, and we multiply by the reciprocal of the one on the right. So I'm going to kind of set this up, and as I'm setting it up, I'm just going to factor. So the first one here, for 6x squared minus 4x minus 10, I could pull out a 2. And I'd have 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. And I could further factor that. And so let me do that down here. If I had 3x squared minus 2x minus 5, I would look for two integers whose product is negative 15 and whose sum is negative 2. Well, I could go with a negative 5 and a positive 3. So negative 5 and positive 3. So plus 3x minus 5x minus 5. Now I can factor this by grouping. So in the first group, I could pull out a 3x, and I'd be left with x plus 1. For the second group, I could pull out a negative 5, and I'd be left with, again, x plus 1. So my common binomial factor here is x plus 1. So this is going to be 3x minus 5 times x plus 1. So I'm going to replace this with 3x minus 5 times x plus 1 there. So now that that's factored, let's take a look at this denominator here. So at first glance, it doesn't seem like you can do anything. You have 25 and you have 9. You don't see a variable involved there. So 25 is 5 times 5, 9 is 3 times 3. You're thinking, well, I can't really factor that. You got to pay attention to these things. This is the difference of two squares. Remember, 25 is 5 squared. And 9x squared would be what? It would be 3x squared. So it's the difference of two squares. So this could factor into 5 plus 3x times 5 minus 3x. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're looking at stuff. If you see something that is the difference of two squares, you know you need to go ahead and factor it, because the way they write these problems, it's probably going to end up having one of its factors as something you're going to need to cancel in order to simplify. All right, so now we're multiplying by the reciprocal of this. So in the numerator, I'm going to have this 3x squared minus 10x minus 25. And let's try to factor that real quick. So 3x squared minus 10x minus 25. Well, I can think about negative 15 and positive 5. So I could do 3x squared minus 15x plus 5x minus 25. And then when I factor this guy, from the first group, I could pull out a 3x. So that would leave me with x minus 5. In the second group, I could pull out a 5. So that would leave me with x minus 5 again. So the common binomial factor is x minus 5. So this would be 3x plus 5 times x minus 5. Let's copy that real quick. So we have 3x plus 5, that quantity, times x minus 5, and this is over. Remember, we're taking the reciprocal of this guy. So this went into the numerator. This is going to go in the denominator. So 2x plus 2. I could pull a 2 out, and I would have x plus 1 inside. Now, I've factored everything, and so I'm just looking to see what I can cancel. So I can cancel this 2 with this 2. I can cancel this x plus 1 with this x plus 1. So if I look at x minus 5, I don't have anything else I can cancel with that. So I'm going to just put a little dot next to that just to say I can't do anything with that. If I look at 3x plus 5, and I look at 5 plus 3x, those are the same, right? I could reorder that, and that would say 3x plus 5 as well. Remember, addition is commutative, so the order is unimportant. So you might see something like that to trip you up. Same factor, right? So those can be canceled. Now, here's the tricky one. You have 3x, negative 3x. You have negative 5, positive 5. Those are opposites. Just like if I had negative 6 over 6, if I canceled them, I'd get negative 1, right? To show you that, if you had 3x minus 5 over 5 minus 3x, let's say that I pulled out a negative 1 from here. So how would I go about doing that? Well, let me kind of erase it and show you in a different way. Let's say I had negative 1 times 5 minus, or I could put plus negative 1 times 3x. If I pull out a negative 1 here, and I put it out here, what would happen is these would all get erased, right? Because I pulled them out. So I'd be left with negative 1 times 5, or negative 5, plus 3x. So that's the same thing as here. I have negative 5 plus 3x. It's just in a different order. So I could rearrange it to 3x minus 5. And then look, if I cancel this now, this with this, just left with that negative 1. Again, when you see something like that, same terms, but different signs, so 3x and negative 3x, negative 5 and positive 5, those are opposites. And it's just something you have to pay attention for, because it's easy to kind of miss that, again, when you're doing your homework or a test, and your teacher's going to mark it wrong, right? So this would cancel with this and give me a negative 1. So all I really have left is negative 1 times the quantity x minus 5. So I could write negative out in front of the quantity x minus 5. Or I could use the distributive property and go negative x plus 5. Either way. So negative x plus 5 is my answer. Hello and welcome to Algebra 1 Test Section 4 on multiplying and dividing rational expressions. All right, so we want to perform each indicated operation. We have r plus 8 over 3r plus 9 times 6r squared plus 30r plus 36 over 2r squared minus 6r minus 20. So before we kind of multiply here, we want to simplify by factoring everything and then seeing what we can cancel. So the r plus 8, can't really do anything with that. The 3r plus 9, I could pull out a 3. This would be r plus 3 inside the parentheses. Then times, from this guy right here, I can pull out a 6. So I'd have r squared plus 5r plus 6. Now I can factor that further. If you give me two integers that sum to 5 and multiply together to give me 6. Well, that's 2 and 3. So I would do r plus 2 times r plus 3. So r plus 2, that quantity, times r plus 3. And then down here, I can pull out a 2, and I would have r squared minus 3r minus 10. So give me two integers whose sum is negative 3 and whose product is negative 10. But you can go with negative 5 and positive 2. So it would be r minus 5, that quantity, times r plus 2. Okay, so let's see what we can cancel here before we multiply. So I can cancel this with this. I can cancel this with this. I can cancel 6 divided by 3 is 2, or I could do 6 over 2 would give me 3, and then 3 over 3 is 1. So this is canceled, that's a 1. This is canceled, that's a 1. So really all I'm left with, I have an r plus 8 here, and I have an r minus 5 here. So let's go ahead and just write those over each other. So you'll have r plus 8 in your numerator over r minus 5 in your denominator. Hello and welcome to Algebra 1 Test Section 5 on multiplying and dividing rational expressions. All right, so we want to perform each indicated operation. Looking at 2x squared plus 10x plus 8 over 2x plus 2. This is divided by 56x cubed plus 24x squared over 14x squared plus 6x. Again, if you're dividing with rational expressions, it's the same thing as if you were dividing with fractions. Keep the leftmost or the first rational expression the same, multiply by the reciprocal of the second one. So the way I'm going to set this up, I'm going to have this first guy here, 2x squared plus 10x plus 8. So let's go ahead and factor this as we go. Pull out a 2. We'll have x squared plus 5x plus 4. Now give me two integers whose sum is 5 and whose product is 4. And you could do 4 and 1, right? So x plus 4, that quantity, times x plus 1. Now the next guy in the denominator, 2x plus 2, I can pull out a 2, and I'd have x plus 1 there. Now we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of this guy. So that means that the denominator here is going to be my numerator here. So I know I can pull out a 2x, and that would leave me with 7x plus 3. Now in my denominator, it's going to be my numerator from up here. So 56x cubed plus 24x squared. I can pull out an 8x squared, and that's going to leave me with a 7x plus a 3. And then we can cancel some stuff. We could see x plus 1 over x plus 1. We could see 7x plus 3 over 7x plus 3. We could see that we can cancel this 2 with this 2. And then 2 with 8 would give me 4 down here and 1 here. And I can cancel this x with one of the factors of x squared. So that would be x to the first power. So this is canceled out. Put a 1 here. This is canceled out. I'll put a 1 there. And I'll have an x plus 4 in my numerator. So this is x plus 4. In my denominator, I'm going to have a 4x. So my answer here is x plus 4 over 4x.